Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Ananjana Salakaya Shakshrum Militena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadameham Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vakantam Sha Hare Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostate Tapta Kanjan Nagorangi Radhe Vinna Baneswari Vishnu Bhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripiye Vanja Kampa Ruspasya Kipa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Bhavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namo Nama Om Vishnu Badaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prasharine Devashesha Sundari Prashata Deshatine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for everyone for taking the time out of your day to attend this session of Q&A. This Q&A is beneficial for not only for us, but for everyone who will be listening in the past, present, and future. So I very much appreciate all of you taking this rare opportunity to take his association from His Grace, Sundar Gopāl. So anyone with any doubts, questions, or comments on anything related to Krishna is welcome. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Huh? Guess people will be started to come now.
Ah, yes. Yes. I was
So
in,
very good. I don't know, morning, evening to all of you. Thank you for coming online. Nice to be among all of yourselves.
it's very nice to take your association, Prabhu. We very much need it.
Know you all are coming from different parts of the world. Nice to be with all of you. So you have any questions we can start with?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Can I please ask, are we allowed to recite the Chintamani prayers?
Why we are not allowed? We should chant anyway.
Okay. Even for a beginner, but then should I stress myself with them or not really?
Oh, you should chant. Why you shouldn't chant? Huh?
Okay, yes, Prabhu.
In fact, Prabhupada said that you should chant.
Okay, yes, Prabhu.
I think it's here. So when Gajendra was, the elephant, and he chanted the mantra,
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So he chanted the mantras. So you can read here. Can you read this?
Yes, yes. Can I start there where it's written in these verses?
Yeah, read there. Start.
In these verses, it is assured that even if a person engaged in devotional service falls down, he is not degraded, but it is placed in a position in which he will in due course of time remember the supreme personality of Godhead, as explained later. Gajendra was formerly king in Indradumnia, and somehow or other in his next life he became king of the elephants. Now Gajendra was in danger, and although he was in a body other than that of a human being, he is remembered the stotra he had chanted in his previous life. Yate cha tato buya samsidau kuru nanadana. To enable one to achieve perfection, Krishna gives one the chance to remember him again. This is
This
proved here.
is it
Sorry,
recorded?
Prabhu.
Huh? Manu Prabhu, is it recorded?
Yes, Prabhu, it's in YouTube live.
Yes, bro.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, to achieve perfection, Krishna gives one the chance to remember him again. This is proved here. For although the king of the elephants, Gajendra, was put in danger, this was a chance for him to remember his previous devotional activities so that he could immediately be rescued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is imperative, therefore, that all devotees in Krishna consciousness practice chanting some mantra. Certainly, one should chant the Hare Krishna mantra, which is the Maha mantra or great mantra, and also one should practice chanting Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu, or the Nirshima Stotra. Ito Nersima Parato Nersima Yato Yato Yamita To Nersimaha. Every devotee every devotee should practice in order to chant some mantra perfectly, so that even though he may be imperfect in spiritual consciousness in this life, in his next life he will not forget Krishna consciousness, even if he becomes an animal. Of course, a devotee should try to perfect his Krishna consciousness in this life, for simply by understanding Krishna and his instructions after giving up the body, one can return home back to Godhead. For even if there is some fall down, practice of Krishna consciousness never goes in vain. For example, Ajamila in his boyhood practiced chanting the name of Narayana under the direction of his father, but later in his youth he fell down and became a drunkard, woman hunter, rogue, and thief. Nonetheless, because of chanting the names of Narayana for the purpose of calling his son, for whom he had named Narayan, he became advanced even though he was involved in sinful activities. Therefore, we should not forget the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra under any circumstances. It will help us in the greatest danger, as we find in the life of Gajendra.
So you understand here?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So you see how Prabhupada is saying?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Because I'm already chanting the Nrsimha Dev mantra only. Yes.
Hmm. So you can chant also, Prabhupada said Chintamani here. Hmm?
Okay. Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So it is important to learn something, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
It's useful, just like the elephant. He remembered King Indrajumna. He learned something. So as in the body of an elephant, he remembered all the prayers, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
For spiritual life, once you have done something, it always stays with you, you know.
Oh, yes.
You don't forget the spiritual progress. But materially, whatever you learn, you forget, you know. Spiritually, you retain your spiritual
Yes.
essence. Hmm?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So it's good to always learn all these prayers, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Yes, any other questions? And
I have
plus,
a question.
chanting prayers is also purification for ourselves too, you know.
Yes, 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 Prabhu.
One aspect of devotional service is offering prayers, you know. Vandanam. So you can see here, the word is Vandanam, you know. Vandanam means offering of prayers, you know.
Oh, yes, 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 Prabhu.
See? So here you can see Vandanam means offering of prayers, you know. Offering prayers, you see.
Yes, 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 Prabhu.
So remembering them, offering prayers, offering prayers to the Lord, you know.
Yes,
So if you learn all these prayers, then it's also good, you know. Of course, Hare Krishna is very potent, but along with the Hare Krishna, as Prabhupada said earlier, if you can chant other prayers, it will be beneficial, you know. Although
yes,
you may not know the meaning or you know, the translation, but if you chant, because the Sanskrit is very potent, you know.
yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. That's why it says that one who chants these prayers, it is recommended that one hears about, remembers or chant, you know, and it becomes very beneficial to him. Hmm?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So it's recommended that we chant Krishna's name. Hmm? So it is. So you can see here. You want to read this?
Oh, yes, I can, Prabhu. The translation. O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about glory, glorify, glorify and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is the super soul and the controller and the savior from all miseries.
So that
Yes, yes.
so this is our duty, actually, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Please read.
O King, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires, those who are desirous of all material enjoyment, and also those who are self-satisfied by tint of transcendental knowledge.
Yes. So that is the whole idea now. To always, you know,
Yes, yes.
please read this.
Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees.
Read that.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
If you chant, how is it possible to remember all this? So by chanting, then we will, you know, gradually remember many things, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? You want to read this?
Okay, yes, yes, Prabhu. Devotional service beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society.
Support.
Or as stated in the previous verse, Bhagavatam, real religious principles are Bhagavata Dharma. The principles described in Srimad Bhagavatam itself or in Bhagavad Gita, the preliminary describe the preliminary studies of the Bhagavatam. What are these principles? The Bhagavatam says, Dharma prochita kaitvavu iraha. Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 1 to 2. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are no cheating religious systems. Everything in the Bhagavatam is directly connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Bhagavatam further says, Sa vai pum sam paro dharmo yato by bhaktir adihogjaye. Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 2 to 6. The supreme religion is that which teaches its followers how to love the supreme personality of Godhead, who is beyond the reach of experimental knowledge, such as religious system begins with Tan Nama Grahana, chanting of the holy names of the Lord, Sarvanam Kritanam Vishnu Sarmanam Pada Sevanam. Srimad Bhagavatam 7:5 to 23. After chanting the holy names of the Lord and dancing in ecstasy, one gradually sees the form of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord, and the transcendental qualities of the Lord. This way, one fully understands the situation of the personality of Godhead. One can come to this understanding of the Lord how he descends into the material world, how he takes his birth, and what activities he performs. But one can know this only by executing devotional service as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktya mam abhijanti. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 55. Simply by devotional service, one can understand everything about the Supreme Lord. If one fortunately understands the Supreme Lord in this way, the result is Tyagdva. Tyagdva deham purna jnanam. Naiti. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 9. After giving up his material body, he no longer has to take birth in this material world. Instead, he returns home back to Godhead. That is the ultimate perfection. Therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 15, Mam upentya purna jnanam dukalayam asasvatam napunavanti mahatmana samsidim param gataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery, because they have attained the highest perfection.
So you see how this whole program starts with the chanting, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
So now you're chanting and learning prayers and everything, yeah?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
So that is the process, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So one who chants is very dear to the Lord, you know. And
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
chanter who chants is on the highest platform, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
And can you read this?
To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face, even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or chanting about him, hears about his pastimes, offer his obeisances, or even remembers him.
See, if you chant, how, you know, you are in the topmost position.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Read this.
Oh, how glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name, your holy name. Even if born in the families of dog eaters, such persons are worshipable. Persons who chant the holy name of your lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifices, and achieved all the good manners of the Aranyas. To
Arya.
be Aryas. Okay, Prabhu. To be chanting the holy name of your lordship, they must have bathed at holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required.
Just say,
Yes,
you
Prabhu.
can the name of the Lord. You are so auspicious, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
It doesn't matter if it's done properly or not properly, you know. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
You want to read this?
Yes. Therefore, it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting of his qualities and activities. This is the only process recommended for relief from sinful reactions. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from material bondage. If he chants without offenses, Ajamila, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he mercifully chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayana.
Yes.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So even with improper pronunciation, it doesn't matter, you know.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? So you chant all these prayers is very important.
Okay, okay, Prabhu.
Hmm? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, it is clear, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Screenshot of the scriptures. I'll go read the purports.
Hmm. Is there any other question? I think there's some question in the chat. Huh? So what is the question?
The question is, does this verse, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 8, still apply when it says wholesome and pleasing? Because today, many of the vegetables or something, they're like genetically modified to a point where they have diminished nutrition. And it's even reported in one news saying that even if people eat 3 times a day, they're still malnourished.
You want to read this?
Yes, Guru. My dear king, although Kaliya is
Kali
Kali
Yuga.
Yuga, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there's still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom.
So whatever you're going to eat, it's all going to be a problem. The only good thing is to chant, you know.
Wow.
You understand?
Yes.
Everything is contaminated, you know. There's an ocean of fault in everything. So if you chant, then everything becomes auspicious.
Wow.
Hmm?
Yes.
Are there any instruction that forbid us to abandon chanting? Yes. You want to read this?
If even for a moment remembrance of Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is missed, that is the greatest loss, that is the greatest illusion, and that is the greatest anomaly.
Hmm? Yes?
Yes.
So it doesn't mean, this means that you should not forget the Lord even for a moment.
Yes.
Hmm? Correct.
Yes.
It's another verse also. Satatam smartavya Vishnu. Take out this verse. A moment which we should always remember the Lord and we should never forget Him, you know.
Yes.
I seem to find it. Satatam smartavya Vishnu. Vishnu na japujit. Smartavya. Smartavya. Any of the Pandits know the verse? Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. Yeah, I got it. 375. 22113. So here it says here, you want to read?
Lord Vishnu, Krishna is the origin of Vishnu, should always be remembered and never forgotten at any time. All the rules and prohibitions mentioned in the Shastra should be the servants of these two principles.
You understand?
Yes.
So we should always be chanting.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, please accept my humble obeisances. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. So,
Sure.
Prabhu, I have a question. So, I have read as of now the Gita, and right now I'm reading a Krishna book. So, now I wanted to understand, are there any other books that I should read first and then move towards Bhagavatam, or any other books? Are there, is there certain instructions towards the book reading as well that I have to follow?
I would recommend you to read the Science of Self-Realization,
Okay.
I think that will be a good book before you go to other books,
Sure.
Because that will give you a lot of understanding how Prabhupada, presents the philosophy. It's in the format of question and answers, and that's always we have many doubts, and that book clears up all these doubts.
Sure, Prabhu. I'll read this book.
Yes, you read that book first. That'll be very good for you.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna.
Hmm. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam,
Hmm.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Hmm.
That Prabhu, when we get to know that we have to sit silent in the classroom, or even though if we have an idea that yes, we have to follow certain rules and regulations that government has made. So Prabhu, we follow that and we have in mind in that all those things. So, but when we get to know that yes, Krishna is present in His name, and whenever we are chanting, Krishna is dancing in our mouth, and whenever we are doing kirtan, Krishna is also dancing with us, like Prabhupada mentions in Raja Vidya book. So then, why we are not feeling like that, and we are doing inattentive chanting and all?
There's a lot of vibrations, I bet a little bit cannot fully understand your question. You want to kind of repeat it again for me? I'm not clear.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Am I
Because there's
audible?
some vibrations in your phone, so I can't hear clearly. You want to explain it again for me to understand it better?
Yes, Prabhu. I'm really sorry for that. Now I'm audible, Prabhu, clearly.
Yes, now you're better.
Yes, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, I wanted to know that when we have an idea that yes, we have to sit silent in a classroom, and we
What?
also,
Silent? You have to keep what? Silent.
yes, Prabhu, in a
In class
classroom, in a school,
or in a school? Okay, yeah, of course. In school, you have to listen. Yes.
yes, Prabhu. In also we when we get to know about that, we have to follow certain rules and regulations made by the government,
Yes.
and we follow that, Prabhu. So,
Hmm.
Prabhu, like whenever we are reading books of Srila Prabhupada and we get an idea that yes, Krishna is present in His holy name, and whenever we are chanting, Krishna is also dancing in our mouth, and whenever we are doing kirtan, Krishna is also dancing, like Prabhupada mentions in Raja Vidya book. So, Prabhu, why don't we do chanting attentively, and we are also making such offense while doing chanting, and we are making inattentive chanting also. Why we are making like that?
See, in the initial state of chanting, so that initial state is usually it is full of offenses. So that is natural. Initially, if anyone starts chanting, he will commit all the 10 offenses. So by chanting again and again and again, he eventually becomes free from such offenses, you see, because he's getting knowledge, he's getting purified, and also he getting realization. This all comes, stages, and he gets free from sinful activities. So it is not an overnight process that the moment you chant that you are completely, you become transcendental. No, it is a gradual process. Takes time, stage by stage. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So you keep chanting, and then gradually all these offenses will go. Then you come to a more pure state of chanting. But it's all not going to happen overnight. It takes some time. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu,
Hmm.
like we also know that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. But why, Prabhu? Like we are materially so much attached to everyone, and we have material desires also. We also know that this is not permanent, this is temporary, and Krishna will take away all these things, and we all that remain is our spirit soul and our karma we have did.
Yes, so it is not, as I say again, an overnight process to understand everything, no? Although theoretically we understand that we are not the body, but to realize that we are not the body, it will not be so easy, right? And unless we understand that the Lord is sitting in our heart and we are having relation with Him, it's very difficult to go beyond this bodily concept. So naturally we will be staying in the material plane, and naturally we will get attracted to all the material attraction. So first the theory, the knowledge. Then by getting knowledge, then by chanting, you get purified. Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So the more you chant, the more you get purified. The more you get purified, you understand you're not the body. Hmm? You understand? To not know that you're not the body is also, it's a very high platform. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So all this will take a little time, So be patient. Gradually everything will come by and by. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, like every time it agitates my mind that why, if even if I know all these things, but why I'm so much attached to these things and all, why my mind is always agitating like this things, Prabhu.
Hmm. Can you see this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. Except for the Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari discussed above, no one can correctly see the spiritual position of a living being.
You understand? Hmm? So to
Yes,
understand that you're not the body is a very high platform, no? Hmm? Yes.
yes, Prabhu.
So be patient, gradually you'll come to that. Hmm? Of course, now we are learning that we are not the body, but have we realized that we are not the body? That is another thing, no? Hmm? That's why we fall into the attachment. The moment we are not chanting or we are not doing our spiritual activity, our mind again gets contaminated. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So again we have to chant, purify our mind. So it is a process, it takes a little time. In the beginning it is developing our faith. In the beginning there must be faith. Then one become interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulative principle under his orders. Thus one is free from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti. Execution of devotional service according to regulative principle, gradually emotion intensifies, and finally there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness. So you see the process?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So of course, like a child, you cannot run immediately. He'll learn how to, crawl, and then he learn how to stand up, and finally he learns how to run. Yes, is it not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So you become patient.
No, actually, the thing is, I means it agitates my mind. Like every day, I am listening to the lectures of Srila Prabhupada and our ISKM devotees, and also Prabhu reading books and chanting Prabhu. Then, even every day, this process I'm doing, Prabhu, still my mind sometimes I get demotivated to do all these things like that. It happens. So how I can be free from?
Because, maybe because you're also eating maybe not prasadam, huh? Correct? Are you
No,
taking prasadam?
yes, Prabhu. Actually, three of us devotees living in Bhubaneswar, and every day I'm eating prasadam. I do it myself and offer it to Krishna. Still, Prabhu.
Very good. No, I recommend you, three of you, if you can get off, you can go and stay in our Pondicherry temple for a few days or week. It will be very nice, you know. You understand? Devotee association is very important, no? You follow? Although three of you are doing it there, I'm not saying not good, but it's good that if you can also go and associate with the regular devotees in the temple, you know. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
That will actually give you a lot of spiritual strength, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you try, see if you can make your way there. Right?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, we are planning to go in October month, Prabhu.
Very good.
October.
So then you'll see a much big difference when you associate with devotees and you do the program with the devotees and with the deities and all that. It's a different experience, no? So you try for that, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Plus, you get more strength when you get connected to Prabhupada, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
If you get connected through initiation, then you get more strength, you know. That's actually the secret, you know. Without connecting to the spiritual master, it's very difficult to make spiritual advancement. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, like I have read in Prabhupada books, like whatever is happening because of our past life and whatever past sins I have did in the past, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, after initiation, like Prabhupada says that all the sinful activities is taken by the spiritual master, and the one who is has taken initiation is free from all the sinful activities, all the sins, and after initiation, if he does any any sins, then it is affected by the spiritual master.
Yes. Once you get initiated, then your body is as good as Krishna. Krishna says, no? So it's very powerful. But again, if you go and do some nonsense, then you're breaking the principles. As Prabhupada said, you come third class, then by association and initiation, you become first class. But if you leave, you become fifth class, you know. So you see how if you break the thing, then you become very fallen. Accidental fall down can be excused, but deliberately breaking principle, that's very dangerous, you know. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Considered as the mad elephant's offense, you know. You want to read this?
Yes, Prabhu. If the devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that uproots the creeper
Sorry.
and breaks it. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, read this.
Uproots the creeper and breaks it.
And breaks it. Yes, read it.
In this way, the leaves of creeper are dried up.
So read the purport.
Yes, Prabhu. One's devotional attitude increases in the association of Vaishnava, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas, Janame Janame Haya Eyabhas. By his personal example, Narottama Das Thakur stresses that a devotee must always remember to please his predecessor Acharya. The Goswamis are represented by one spiritual master. One cannot be an Acharya, spiritual master, without following strictly in the disciplic succession of the Acharyas. One who is actually serious about advancing in devotional service should desire only to satisfy the previous acharyas. Ei chaya gosai yaro mui tara dāsa. One should always think of oneself as a servant of the
Hmm? Can you read again?
Yes, Prabhu. One should always think of oneself as a servant of the Acharyas, and think this one should live in the society of Vaishnavas. CC Madhya 1380. However, if one thinks that he has become very mature and can live separate from the association of Vaishnavas, and thus gives up all the regulative principles due to offending a Vaishnava, one's position becomes very dangerous. Offenses against the holy name are explained in Adi Leela, chapter 8, verse 24. Giving up the regulative principles and living according to one's whims is compared to a mad elephant, which by force uproots the Bhakti Lata and breaks it to pieces. In this way, the Bhakti Lata shrivels up. Such an offense is especially created when one disobeys the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called Guru Avikya. The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of the Bhakti Lata begins and gradually all the leaves dry up.
Yes. Hmm? So
Yes,
it's
Prabhu.
dangerous to commit this offense, no? Hmm. So therefore we should be very serious. Hmm? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So we should not commit this Vaishnava aparat. Hmm? You understand?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, like whenever we are associating with the devotees, if in mind also sometimes it comes like uh, in a what we say, Prabhu, mm, like if we are thinking that oh this devotee is doing like that or like this in mind, Prabhu, that is also an offense, Prabhu.
No, as long as you commit the offense, physically in Kali Yuga, mentally is not counted, But it is bad if you keep thinking in the negative way, then naturally you will want to become, it will propel you to commit the physical offense, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore we should purify our consciousness. We should not try to think bad about devotees, that's not good, see? So because we have been associating with non-devotees so much, and non-devotees are always finding faults, no? So we are also have become contaminated with such consciousness. So therefore, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this chanting will clean the heart, Cheto Darpanam Marjanam. That's why the chanting is so important. So if we chant, then all this kind of impure thinkings will gradually disappear. Then we start thinking of the good of others. That's why you need to learn how to chant. You have to think becoming lower than the straw in the street. We should learn how to be more humble, tolerant like the tree, and we should learn how to offer respect to others. In this way, we can chant the holy name of the Lord. So this is the process, of trying to purify our consciousness and think good of everybody. This can come only when we are in the process. If you are not connected to the process, then it's very difficult to get the strength, to think like this. Yes, the moment we are connected and chant, then all the good qualities of the demigod will appear on us. Hmm? If you chant, and become a devotee. So here you can see, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu. All the demigods and their exalted qualities, such as religion, knowledge, and renunciation, become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in material activities has no good qualities. Even if he is adept at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives, he must be driven by his own mental speculations and must engage in the service of the Lord's external energy. How can there be any good qualities in such a man?
Yes. You understand? So the moment you chant, you develop all the saintly qualities. But if you don't chant, then what good quality you can get? Correct?
Yes, true. Prabhu, even though we are chanting in an inattentive way, like with full of offenses, because Prabhu Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like said, Janama Janama Jadi Karya Bhajana Kirtan Tabuna Paega Krishna Prema Dhan.
No, at least you are in the process, no? Correct. You
Yes,
can get better if you take the medicine, right? If you don't take the medicine, then how you going to get cured? Yes?
yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So now you're taking the medicine, and then as you go on taking medicine, your heart will become purified. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we have to be patient. You're not patient, then how things will develop? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you be patient, you wait, and Krishna will help you. Especially if you can wake up in the morning and chant, then you'll see your mind will become very much purified, you know.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you try, huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
So I guess that since you have got this problem of falling down, best is that if you can go to the temple and associate with devotees, you know. That's why Prabhupada wanted the devotees to go to the temple, because in the strong association of the devotees in the temple, then that will purify you so much so that you will stop doing all these things, you know. So devotee association is very, very important. If you don't associate with devotee, it's very difficult to overcome Krishna's Maya, you know. You want to read this? Or you can't read, huh? Someone want to read this?
Yes, Prabhu, can I read?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Dear Lord, unless one worships the lotus feet of great devotees, one will be conquered by the illusionary energy, and his intelligence will be bewildered. Indeed, who has not been carried away by the waves of material enjoyment, which are like poison? Your illusionary energy is unconquerable. No one can see the path of this material energy or tell how it is working.
You understand? So if you want to overcome Krishna's Maya, then you must take shelter of a pure devotee. And who is that? Huh? Who is that? Prabhupada. And then you must learn how to associate with the devotees who are all serving Prabhupada. Hmm? Then you will get the strength to overcome Krishna's Maya. Otherwise, it's very difficult, you know. Hmm? You understand? It's very difficult to overcome Krishna's Maya if you don't associate with devotees. So, how to control your anger? So, if you cannot control your lust, then the lust will lead to anger. Hmm? So, how to control anger? It come out of Krishna says here in the Bhagavad Gita. Hmm? So here Krishna is saying how this anger is coming. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the mode of passion and later transform into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. So if you go into the mode of passion and ignorance, then this is how your lust and anger will come. And Krishna says this is your greatest enemy. So how to go beyond this mode of passion and ignorance? Huh? The only way you can overcome this is to go into the mode of goodness, and from goodness, hmm, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to the spirit soul. By development of material goodness, you see that word here, one can conquer the mode of passion and ignorance. And by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself even from material goodness. So this is the process. So at least you must try to come into the mode of goodness, because goodness means you are worshipping gods. Because if you worship Krishna, you come to transcendental goodness, better still, and that way you won't be attacked by Maya. Wherever there is Krishna, sun, there is no question of darkness. So if you want to control your anger or your lust, all these things can happen if you take up the process, especially chanting Hare Krishna, and that also in the morning before the sun comes up. If you can start chanting at that time, you can see your mind will become very strong. And this way you will not be disturbed by all this material contamination. Yeah? And many kings have done this. Many people have done it. It's not there's some whimsical thing. So why not accept this and try? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Otherwise, if you try any other way, it will not be possible to control the mind. The mind can only be subdued if it is engaged in Krishna's service. Otherwise, it's difficult to control the mind. Hmm? Yes? Huh? Correct.
Yes, bro.
Huh? So we should try, try to practice, and in this way become successful. Hmm? Hmm? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you just have to practice this, Process is very powerful. Take up the process. Especially you start the chanting program. Then yes, you come to the mode of transcendental goodness. And then from there, you know, you'll be able to control your lust and then your anger. Hmm? So the program has to be followed, no? We do this, then yes, it will happen. But if we don't, it's going to be tough, no? Apart from dinner devotee, very difficult to control the mind, Hmm? Not easy to control the mind. Nobody can control the mind except the devotee. Yes. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions? Only the devotees can control the mind. Others all very difficult.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We have a few questions in the chat. May I read them?
Other questions?
Okay, so one question. Okay,
When I
so
became an Indra, the devotee laughed at me when I told them I wanted to become an Indra. Well, you have to do some pious activities and get worship Indra, you will go to the planet of Indra. Hmm? It says in the Bhagavad Gita, no? Those who worship demigods, they go to the planet of the demigods. Hmm? Yes. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. So you worship the demigod, you will go there. Correct? Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's how you want to become a demigod. Hmm? Prabhu, it means if we want to advance further in spiritual life, it's better we live in the temple and live with the devotees. Yes. Obviously, if you want to make advancement, that is the best, no? Correct? You want to read this? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all sufferings.
Hmm. Yes,
Yes.
that is the best.
Mm.
Just
Yes,
now
Prabhu.
the answer for that. So he's asking the question how to control the anger. See, only devotees can control it. For soul of the universe, the conditioning of one's personality in material life is very strong. Therefore, it's very difficult even for learned men to tolerate the offenses committed against them by ignorant people. Only your devotees who are fixed in your loving service and who have achieved peace by residing at your lotus feet are able to tolerate such offenses. See, so to control your anger, you have to, or the lust, you have to have Krishna in the heart, So the process is to chant. So when you chant, and then eventually you come to this position of developing the strength to overcome Krishna's Maya. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. Yes. Offenses only will become only if we have such intention inside us, right? But if actions get misinterpreted by other devotees, does it also become offense? Yes, knowingly or unknowingly. We should be very careful not to commit offenses. It says knowingly or unknowingly. So we should try to avoid that. Just like Rupa Goswami, he was laughing in ecstasy, but the Brahmin who was walking outside, he thought that Rupa Goswami is laughing at him. And immediately Rupa Goswami felt some, slight diminishing in his spiritual practice. Something was not right. So he consulted Sanatan and he asked what happened. He said, maybe you must have offended somebody unknowingly. So how to rectify? Oh, you should invite everybody for some prasadam. And if the person don't come, then you know he's offended. So he did likewise. And this person, he did not come. And then Rupa Goswami went to him and paid obeisances to nullify the offense. That's the story like that. So knowingly or unknowingly, we should not commit offenses. So that's why we in the morning, we are always paying our respects of chanting morning and actually evening, but it's good always to chant of Namo Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Yes, correct. Also, when we do our puja, there's a mantra Aparada sahasrani kriyante ham nisham maya dashaham iti mamatva chaimasva madhusudana. Knowingly, unknowingly I have committed any offense. Please, my dear Lord, you forgive me. So, knowingly, unknowingly, we should always try to not commit offenses. Yes? Prabhu, I am under 18. My parents won't let me go to the temple yet. So you wait slowly, be patient, wait and pray, and Krishna will give you the strength. The best way to not sleep while chanting is to walk about, So if you walk and chant, then you will not sleep. So if you sit down, then you will fall asleep. So better to do some walking. That way you will not fall asleep. After then I started to watch ISM class. Many good things came to me, like enthusiasm, knowledge, calmness, understanding. What to do in my difficult situation. My life has become much better. Haribol from Russia, Nishini Novogorod. Right, very good. Thank you very much. Now, how we know unknowingly committing offense? And if such thing happening, then we can mentally offer obeisance to them repeatedly. Will it be rectified? Yes. If you can offer your obeisance mentally, it's a good start. Yes. So, any other questions?
Yes, Prabhu, I do have one question.
Hmm.
So, Prabhu, right now I'm chanting on the Neem Japamala. So, I wanted to ask you, let's say if I have to, chant on a Tulsi Mala, can I do that, or there's some rules and regulations to be followed?
No, there's no rule. There's no hard and fast rule. You can chant in any beach.
Okay, okay,
And then you just have to wait until you get initiated. Then they will get the Tulsi Mala, no?
oh, okay, got it, Prabhu.
So you chant and just keep chanting and improving, and then slowly, one by one, everything will come.
Understood. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Yeah, no harm if you go to the Pustimagi temple and do some service to Srinathji. What's harm? You can always do seva anyway. Yes. If you are living near Nathji, very auspicious place. You can go and serve the Lord there. What's wrong? So try to do something. It's not an ordinary place, this Srinathji, The place actually, it's the Gaudiya Vaishnav temple. Madhavendra Puri is the one who got the deity first from Vrindavan. And of course, the deity went to Gujarat now. So you can go. Yeah, wherever you can do some service, you try. But be careful not to hear their contaminated philosophy. All these people, although they are serving the Lord, they always think that God is ultimately impersonal, So that's a big problem. So we have to be careful of trying to hear their philosophy and getting contaminated. Yes. So that's why we have to constantly read Prabhupada books, to keep our philosophy intact. Otherwise, we may get completely, what we say, confused if we are not very advanced, to detect what people are speaking. So we have to be cautious. I wouldn't say they have wrong philosophy, just like in our ISKCON also, they have a contaminated philosophy. What to speak other sampradaya? Is it not? Supposedly having picture of Prabhupada where they believe all nonsense. So we have to associate with the right people to know the right thing. Yes. You can see here, you are associating with the ISKCON camp. You see how I think, yes, if you can, and of course you can go there. Nobody is saying you cannot go there, but you should not hear the philosophy. That's dangerous. If you go there and hear all this contaminated thing, then you will be implicated, no? Correct? It says here in this verse, you want to read that?
Yes, Prabhu. A wise, sorry, yes, a wise person should not enter an assembly if he knows the participants there are committing acts of impropriety. And if having entered such an assembly he fails to speak the truth, speaks falsely, or pleads ignorance, he will certainly incur sin.
Yes. Correct.
Yes, Prabhu. That's correct.
So where is it mentioned that association means surrendering to instruction? So the order of the spiritual master, order means what? Order means what? Instruction, is it not?
Instruction. Yeah, yes, Prabhu. Instruction.
Huh?
Instruction. Yes.
So association means what?
Yeah, yes.
The instruction, is it not?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Any other questions? It is acceptable for gay and transgender people to practice Krishna consciousness. Transgender people seem very bodily conscious and preoccupied with being transgender. Everybody can practice Krishna consciousness. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishya, merchants, Sudra workers, can attain the supreme destination. Krishna never singled out anybody and said that no, you cannot come. Everybody can go to him. Even the transgender, they also can go. Because by going to Krishna, they will eventually come out of their bodily concept of life. That is the solution. Because this is identifying the body is the material disease. So when you come to the spiritual platform, then they give up this material consciousness. If you maintain your material disease, then that's not very good. The whole idea is to get purified from this material contamination. That is the purpose of spiritual understanding. Arjuna was also materially contaminated. He was identifying with his body. And Krishna explained that in the Bhagavad Gita that you're not the body. Is it not?
Yes, yes. How did Prabhupada interact with the gay disciples or the gay devotees? How did he interact with them?
He encouraged them to chant and try to, come to the spiritual platform. That's the main thing, the spiritual master. There were many gays also in his time,
Yes.
So by his strong association, many of them became purified. Just the power of being a pure devotee, by their association, everyone gives up their material contamination. That is the whole idea of spiritual life, to uplift everyone. That's why Krishna says in this verse, everyone can attain the supreme destination by association. So you give them your association and you try to uplift them, but you cannot give your association and you become like them. Then that's bad,
Yes.
So you should try to, help them, teach them, give them strength. So you have to be careful. So unless you're very strong, it's difficult to do that kind of service, no?
Yes, that's right.
You better stay away from them. And teach them something and let them practice.
Yes.
Otherwise, it can be very dangerous.
Yes.
What to do? Material world. So many people have so many problems, no? Yes?
Yes, that's right.
Or something my right arm, or that's my continuous sugar monitor, just for diabetic. I track my sugar level with that thing. It is not that I am not well or unwell. I am okay by Krishna's mercy. How can one decrease greediness and lust or remove it in this trap of material illusion? Right? It says here, I'm sorry. It says here in this verse, Bhagavad Gita, for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul will already reach, for he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness, distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor, all the same. So if you can control your mind, then you actually have attained this level of seeing the super soul. And when you see the super soul, for one who constantly meditates upon my presence within all persons, the bad tendency of rivalry, envy, abusiveness, along with false ego, are very quickly destroyed. So, if you can understand or meditate on the super soul in the heart of everybody, and think in this way, then your bad qualities will all go. It's difficult to go otherwise, no? Huh? Yes? Who asked this question? So here Krishna also said in the Bhagavad Gita, thus knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence, O Maltiyam Arjuna, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, Krishna consciousness, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this inseparable enemy known as lust. So unless you can get spiritual strength comes from surrendering to spiritual master. And spiritual master, by serving him, you get to please Krishna. And the mercy of Krishna, you get strength from Balaram. So in this way, you'll be able to overcome this enemy lust. Yes? So the land deal in Bombay was the long story. Actually, I think you can read about it in Prabhupada letters, correspondence. He was at that time giving instruction to Tamal, and it's all there in the letter how this Mr. Nair, she wanted to cheat Prabhupada by selling the land and then reselling to others. It was actually a scam that he was doing, and he was trying to hoodwink Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada was not stupid, So some or other, we almost lost the land. Tamal made a mistake. He was signing it over. And Prabhupada again saved it, by getting back in the fold. And in this way, this was going on. And finally, the Mr. Nair, she got a heart attack and died. And then the wife, understanding that what kind of offense they have committed, she came and surrendered to Prabhupada and offered the whole land to Prabhupada. That's how of course, there's a bigger tussle here and there. You can read all the correspondence in Bombay in that period of time. But this is just a little gist of the story. And when he died, Prabhupada said, now this demon has been killed by Lord Narasimhadev,
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm?
Yes,
So that
Prabhu.
you can read about it all there. How can I come to know what is Dharma and what is the Dharma in a day-to-day life? Mr. Joshi, is it? So how you can know what is Dharma and what is Adharma? The first thing is to If you can read Prabhupada books, that will be the best, because this, what you're asking is knowledge, what is religion and what is irreligion. So in order to know this, it is very extensively dealt in the basic first start book, the book is Bhagavad Gita, and if you can read it, you can see how you understand what is religion, what is God, who are you, what is time, what is material nature, what is karma. So all these things will fully explain to you. So that's why it's recommended that you read the book, If you can read every day, you will see, you will get more and more realizations and more understanding. But if you don't read, then it's difficult, how this knowledge will come into your heart. That's why Krishna spent time in the material world to re-establish this dharma. Dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So to re-establish religious principle, Krishna came and then he left his instruction. So if you read, then these things will become very clear. Especially the book Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. But if you don't, then how? That's why Krishna stress on the knowledge. Knowledge is very important. You have to go to self-realized soul, and you surrender, and you submissively inquire, and then you do some service. So when you do this, then this knowledge will be imparted into you. But if you don't, then it's very difficult, Knowledge is very, very important. Without knowledge, we cannot understand what is what, no? You want to read? Yeah, you there? Mr. Joshi, is it? Someone else want to read this?
Yes, Prabhu. Can I read?
Yes.
In this material world, there are different types of achievement, but all of them, the achievement of knowledge is considered to be the highest because one can cross the ocean of nations only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, the ocean is impassable.
So you see here. So that's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, this knowledge is so important. Yes. Krishna also said, Can you read, please?
Yes, Prabhu. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism. And one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time.
That so this knowledge is very important. And by knowledge, you will know what is right, what is wrong. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
And without that, how to understand? It's very difficult to understand, no? Correct?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So we have to read, we have to hear from the realized soul. Unfortunately, nobody is doing that, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Read, please.
Having
Please.
obtained, yeah, having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings but are but a part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are.
Their mind. Read on.
For want of sufficient,
Even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of tranquil knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of miseries. See that? Oh. As blazing fire turns fire to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reaction to material activities. You see? So this transcendental knowledge you must get from a guru. Yes. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. This is how you get this knowledge. Yes? Huh? You have to go to the spiritual master, and Prabhupada has given us these books. So if you read his books, then you are going to get knowledge from him. Yes? Huh? Correct. Just like you enroll in school to learn something, is it not? Why you go to school? Why do you go to school? To get knowledge, is it not? That you can become a better person materially. Correct? So you need to also get spiritual knowledge, because material knowledge will not solve the problem. Material knowledge is only for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. This is material knowledge. But spiritual knowledge is to deliver the soul. Only by this spiritual knowledge, then you can become purified. Correct? Yes. And how to get the knowledge? You have to go to the spiritual master. Is it not? Yeah? You have to go to the spiritual master. Tasmat gurum prapadyeta jigyasu shraya uttamam sabde pare sanisnantam brahmani upasama ashrayam. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of the bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of the scriptures by deliberation and able to convince others of this conclusion. Such great personalities who have taken shelter of the Supreme Godhead, leaving aside all material consideration, should be understood to be bona fide spiritual master. So we must go to the spiritual master, surrender unto him, and then we have to learn from him. This is what is duty, what is right, what is wrong. Just as much as we learn many things materially in a material school, but this spiritual training is not very much enforced. So people are not knowing who is God, who are we, huh? Why is karma there? So many things they don't know. So Krishna is explaining everything very basically in the Bhagavad Gita. And if you read them, then yes, it's all become very clear. Correct? Hmm? Yes. Many people don't even know. Ah, there is a book called Bhagavad Gita. Although they claim to be Hindu, they don't know. That's the problem. Yes. Hmm? Many of them very naive. Any other questions? All right. So if you have no questions, oh, there's another question. How is sleep considered to be ignorance when we need sleep to survive? Does it mean that we need ignorance in our daily life? So of course we have to sleep. In the Bhagavad Gita it also explained this point. That one has to be regulated in his eating, sleeping. Is it not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So everything is required. It's not that you don't require, but you have to learn how to regulate them, no?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So Krishna says here in the Bhagavad Gita, there's no possibility of one becoming yogi or if one eats too much or eats too little or sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. So all these things are there for the body to function well. You need to eat enough and you need to also sleep enough. But if you eat too much, then you will also sleep too much. You understand? So that's not
Yes,
been.
Prabhu.
So one should learn how to regulate his habits, it says. One who is regulated in the habit of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pain by practicing the yoga system. So by practicing this bhakti yoga, then you automatically become regulated. You wake up in the morning to chant your rounds, correct? You don't sleep too much.
Yes.
So
Yes, Prabhu.
service, everything is utilized properly. But when you don't have devotional service, then you will do all crazy things, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So this is how we should learn how to apply everything in Krishna's service. By taking only Krishna Prasadam, then our eating is controlled.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
By sleeping, enough, then we have got time to chant and try to do many other services. Yes?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So this is the process. Right? Why do devotees do deity worship when the yoga dharma is to chant Hare Krishna? So it's explained here. The yoga is to chant Hare Krishna, no doubt about it. You want to read it?
Yes, Prabhu. When a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener and
sowing the seed in his heart. If he waters the seed gradually by the process of Shravana and Kirtana, hearing and chanting, the seed will begin to sprout. To purport, to live with the devotee or to live in the temple means to associate with the Shravana Kirtana process. Sometimes neophyte devotee thinks that they can continue the Shravana Kirtana process without worshipping the deity. But the execution of such Shravana Kirtana is meant for highly developed devotee like Haridas Thakur, who engage in the Shravana Kirtana process without worshipping the deity. However, one should not falsely imitate Haridas Thakur and abandon deity worship to try to engage solely in Shravana Kirtana. This is not possible for neophyte devotees.
You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Very clear.
Yes, very clear.
What should we do if we accidentally miss chanting 16 rounds due to other service? So if you miss your round, then you try to make up the next day. Suppose you miss, then you continue next day, but don't make it a habit though. So try to finish, because if you keep adding it up and adding, then it will become so much that you have to.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is not good. Yes,
so
absolutely.
You should vow that until you finish your round, you should not eat, no?
Yes,
so
it should be the mood. Yes.
Finish the round before you eat. Everybody, correct? So
yes, Prabhu. Yes.
I have to finish my rounds. Better I finish my rounds first.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Also, I just want to introduce something because I don't know if you remember me, but I'm from Reunion Island and just try to preach here. And we, by the direction of His Grace Nimai Nitai Prabhu, we made a French Vaishnav Sangha group, and we made a lot of interaction together. So we made a magazine. So I want to introduce a devotee that cooperate with me, with a lot of French devotee also, to preach in France and also in Reunion Island. Can I introduce you Bhakta Jad? He is in the chat now, so in the Zoom session. So he wants to talk with you. So is it okay?
Yes, you can talk to me. I'm here.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, dear Sundar Gopāl Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All grace to Srila Prabhupada. Such an honor, Prabhu. Such an honor. To quickly make a summary, I discovered ISKM through Nimai Nitai Prabhu videos, and then I discovered your video about the Ritvik system, and so perfect. And then, under the direction of His Grace Nimai Nitai Prabhu, we created a Telegram group with all the French-speaking devotees who are very much favorable to ISKM. And it's like the fire every day, Harinam, Sankirtan, translating quotes and preaching to everyone. And we bring all people to your videos and to ISKM TV. And His Grace Nimai Nitai Prabhu, he said, why we do not print something, And we did it. We printed this French magazine. It arrived 2 days ago now, back to Krishna. And it is like a French publicity to ISKM. We put the logo at the end, as you can see here. And it is very faithful to what Prabhupada preached. We are not the body, we are the soul. We have to chant Hare Krishna. And we do also some painting with EA, we can say. And so I wanted to ask you, Prabhu, do you approve such kind of things? Because I know Prabhupada said we should not preach independent from BBT. But at the same time, French BBT is like...
The BBT and all are becoming dysfunctional. What to do?
Yes, Prabhupada.
Because if they are proper, then there's no need to do all this. Because they have now gone off track. So somebody has to kind of preach the right thing. Yes? Is it not?
Yes, Prabhupada.
So because ISKM is doing that, so many people are getting a lot of enthusiasm and strength. Because the ISKCON is preaching something which is obviously not what Prabhupada wanted to. So in other words, ISKCON is misleading people now.
Yes.
Our duty is to bring them back to Prabhupada, So what to do? You have to do some magazines like this and everything we have to do. So save the ship, no?
Yes, Prabhupada.
Good. Keep on your good work. Try to distribute and try to bring more people to our ISKM. And that way their life is also be successful.
Yes, actually, Jani Prabhu is trying to open a branch in Réunion Island, and we started a campaign. We share the links to everyone. We have this invitation at the end of the magazine, so we are trying to do something for your pleasure and Prabhupada's pleasure.
If you can print that IS-77 in French, that will be a very good service, no?
This is the plan. It is already a work in progress.
Because that book will help many people, understand what actually Prabhupada wanted, no? So try, I think it'll be very nice if you can start a group there in Réunion Island. Maybe one of our devotees can come there also and visit all of you.
Yes,
Prabhu. Devotees in France, any devotees are there in France, in Paris or anywhere?
I live in France, Prabhu, and there is one Mataji living in another city which is favorable. Otherwise, the devotees, they are in Réunion Island, like Jani Prabhu, Amori Prabhu, and another Mataji. We are 5 very active.
Where are you? You are in France, where?
I am in France in Saint-Étienne, a small town near Lyon. Maybe you know this town.
So nobody is in Paris, huh?
There are very few devotees in France, and most of them, they are in ISKCON. So only 2 people I know, including myself, they follow ISKM and what Prabhupada asked for the future.
No, it's a good start, It is good that you have taken the process up. I'm just coming back from Russia. We had more than 40 days of preaching engagement there. Initiated 12 people, and we have 5 people join up full time. So it was a very successful trip. So similarly, we can also come to Europe, because we have devotees in Austria, we have devotees scattered in England and here and there. So if we can come by and preach, I think it will be a very good experience for all of us, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Anyway, for now you preach and try to make a bigger group, and let's see how Krishna arranges. I'm very much grateful for your efforts. I'm sure Prabhupada will be very pleased with you for your services, because to bring everyone to Prabhupada is actually what Prabhupada wanted to know. Unfortunately,
thank you, Prabhu.
ISKCON is not carrying out the orders of Prabhupada. So it's very unfortunate. But still, if we can do something, there'll be a great service, you see. So carry on this very good service, taking up the process and helping many souls to see the real light. I'm very much, very much what we say, grateful to you. So keep up this great work. And maybe someday we can all meet again, That'll be nice.
Yes, yes. Haribol.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Sundar Gopāl Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Myself, Antariksh, I live in Mumbai and I'm
Hmm.
14 years old.
You're 14 years old, huh?
Yeah,
Which part of Bombay?
exactly, Dombivali.
Oh, where's that?
So, yeah. Prabhu, you know Shama Govinda Prabhu?
Yes, I know him. Yes.
Yeah, he is my very good friend.
Oh. Because I came to Bombay in my last visit.
Yeah.
We were preaching there. Where's that place we were preaching?
Dahi sir, right?
Huh?
Dahi sir.
I don't remember now the place, we were there for a month. I mean, it's not for a month, for what, 2 weeks or something. And we were trying to do something in Bombay. So now that you are there, I'm very happy. Maybe I can come again, we can do some preaching.
Definitely, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
But you are 14 years old. You are staying with your parents, is it?
Yes.
I don't know how we can meet you in Bombay. Your parents will be objecting or something?
Earlier they might have, but now they won't. They are okay.
Okay, very good. So, okay, you contact Sham Govinda and let's see what we can do when we come to India.
Very nice to meet such an exalted devotee like you and a soldier of Prabhupada.
I don't know about exalted, but I'm simply trying to do my small service for Prabhupada.
So I have one doubt.
Yes.
Are you familiar with a sampradaya in India called Ramanandi Sampradaya?
Yeah, a bit, yes.
Yes, so Shama Govinda Prabhu told that their sampradaya has a Mayavadi blend to their philosophy.
Yeah, they are mostly Mayavads,
Then our beloved Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two principles from each sampradaya. So he took it from Mayavadi Sampradaya as well, right?
This Ramanandi is an offshoot of this Ramanuja.
Okay.
The actual Sampradaya is Ramanuja Sampradaya, the Sri Sampradaya.
Yes.
Not from this Ramanandi,
Hmm.
The Ramanandi, although they wear the tilak like Ramanuja, but they believe God is impersonal. They are off track,
Okay.
Okay.
They are impersonalists.
Yeah, we don't have anything to do with them, though.
But doesn't our philosophy have a Mayavada blend as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took principles from Advaita Vedanta too?
No. It took from the 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas.
Okay.
He never took anything from the, Sankara Sampradaya, no. In fact, he said, Mayavad Bhase Sunile Sarvanash. If you hear Mayavad teachings, you will be finished, So why would he take anything from them when he said that you go there, you'll be finished? Huh? Understand? Correct? So he has nothing to do with Mayavadis.
Okay, so means he didn't take things from their sampradaya, right? Principles?
He did not touch anything with the Mayavads.
Okay, I see.
Hmm.
But he was a Ekadandi sannyas, right? Ekadandi sannyasi.
He took sannyas from the Bharati Sampradaya, Swami. Of course, he never take the title as Bharati. He kept his Chaitanya as a student, Although he took sannyas, he never actually took the sannyas name. He retained his students. That's why Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Chaitanya is the name of the brahmachari who served the Bharati Swami. You understand?
Yeah.
So he officially he did not take from the, he did not address himself as a Mayavad sannyasi.
I see.
Otherwise, he would call himself Krishna Bharati Swami or something. He did not do that. He can call himself Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Yes?
Yes. Understood. I was once listening to Shankaracharya of Puri, and that confused me a bit.
Better you don't hear from them, you know. That's why Mahavad Base Sunila Sarvanash. If you hear this Mayavad thing, you will get completely, you will be finished. That's why we are forbidden to hear their philosophy, you know.
Okay.
Better you don't go there, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm.
I stick to the pure philosophy.
Yes. Why you want to go and get contaminated? Unless you are very powerful, you know how to argue all their points, which is very difficult for a person who is beginning Krishna consciousness, no?
Yes.
So better to stay away, huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you for guiding me.
Yes.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. All right, then we will stop here. I thank everyone for your time with me. I'm fortunate to have your kind association. All glories to all of you. Hare Krishna. Thank you again.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your association.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu,
so
for your
much,
kind association. Jai
Prabhu.
Shri Prabhupada. Panchakalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhya
Dasindu
vacha
and
patitanam
Prabhu
pavane vaishnavesya namo namaha.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Kind association. Hare Krishna. Thank you again.
thank you, Prabhu, for your association.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your kind association. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Panchakalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha
Dasindu and
patitanam
Prabhu,
pavane
please, all
vaishnavesya
right.
namo namaha.
Hare Krishna.